Hi everyone, um, Desiree here. I hope you're all doing well. Obviously this is my first YouTube video and my first attempt to do any sort of video blogging, especially on YouTube. So I really just wanted to use this video to introduce myself and tell you a little bit more about me and really leave it open to you as the viewers about what specifically you would want me to use this channel for. Um, I am, as I said in the description about me, if you read it online on the channel, I am a graduate student in my last year of my graduate program in clinical mental health counseling at Wright State University. It's a university in Ohio, and I am doing my internship right now and absolutely loving it. I'm working with all sorts of clients, adults, teens, couples, families. I also do some groups. Specifically, I've co-led a teen anger management group, and I am currently co-leading an adult anger management group and a parenting group for incarcerated males. I by no means consider myself an expert in the field of mental health at this point, but I am certainly learning and and loving it. Like I said, just loving it. It's definitely my lifelong passion. Um, so I'd be more than willing to answer any questions about mental health that you may have or give my perspective there. As someone who is relatively new to the field, what I've observed and things. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy. Um, for me, that affects my eyes. So if you ever notice like some weird eye stuff going on in the videos, that's why. My apologies, but it's just part of the territory for me. Cerebral palsy is a lot of people don't realize it's kind of a catch-all term for brain damage. So in my case, sitting here, you probably can't really tell that I even have a disability, except for maybe my eyes on occasion. But I do use forearm crutches to walk, and I use a manual wheelchair for long distances, and it affects my muscles and mobility, just makes it a little bit more difficult to get around. But I have managed to be very independent, and my upbringing and stuff has cultivated that, and I can get into all that in future videos. If that's something that you all would be interested in. But I do drive. Obviously, I go to school and I work at my internship, and I have friends, and who are just like everybody else. I'm married as well for almost 2 years. My husband, his name is Andrew, and he has cerebral palsy as well. He uses a manual wheelchair primarily, doesn't have quite as much mobility as me, and he is more of a slower processor. I think doing videos would be much more difficult for him than for me because it takes him a while to get out what he wants to say. But he as well is very independent and has some skills that I don't have. And we have a pretty interesting life together. The stuff that happens to us, um, I know a lot of people say this, but we really could have a reality show. When you take the combination of two people with disabilities, it's not just like, oh, Desiree's disability plus Andy's disability, and that's what you end up with. It really does compound itself and makes this entirely interesting new set of problems. And we really did have a whirlwind romance. And ironically, and I can get into this later as well if y'all are interested, but ironically, both of us said we would never be with someone else with a disability, at least not a substantial one. It would just be too difficult. And on top of that, we didn't want to put ourselves in this box of people with disabilities only date other people with disabilities. Um, but and I had dated a few guys before seriously. They were both able-bodied, physically strong. One was in the military, and another one was a big, 6 foot plus, 200 plus pound guy. So, and Andy, his upper body's strong, but he's a wheelchair. So there is some physical strength lacking there in different ways. And so, anyway, sorry, I kind of got off on a tangent. But we had said, we're not going to do this. It's just too complicated, and it puts us in this box. And then we met each other, and we were both kind of blown away by the level of understanding, because since neither of us had um, ever dated anyone with a disability, even though we'd had friends and things, as you all know, if you've ever dated or if you're married, that's a whole other level of intimacy. And so just getting into, just even the emotional aspect of being able to understand each other, how, I kind of realized that I loved him was related to disability stuff, and I went to explain something to him one night that I felt really self-conscious about, and he just kind of said, "That's alright, stop. I get that. I deal with it every day. Just don't think anything of it. Go on about your life." And for me, it was just, this is amazing. So, all that to say, it is extremely difficult some days, and some days are just like, ah, because you know we have our own stuff, and disabilities come with pain. It comes with not looking your best a lot of the time, and not being able to do things the way you want and keep the house up like you might want to, and it just gets very physically exhausting. But at the end of the day, we can really understand each other, and even after we've gotten in a huge fight over something usually dumb because we're both just exhausted, we can come back together and remember what attracted us to each other in the first place. So anyway, that's that piece. And the other piece for me that's really important, and I also mentioned in the description of my page, is that I'm a Christian. That really, I'm a Jesus follower, hardcore. That really influences my life and my perspective. However, I am not planning at all on using this channel to be some, Bible pounding thing. Certainly, if you have questions about the Christian idea of salvation or anything like that, I'd be more than happy to answer those. But I just want to let you know up front, if that kind of scares you away, don't let it. That will certainly influence things, and I may throw in a Bible verse now and then, but that's not the principal purpose of this channel for me to, directly talk about the Bible the whole time and pound that home. It's more about overall education and just sharing life experience, but certainly that does influence me, so it will be in there, but it's not the direct purpose. So, anyway, hopefully someone will stumble upon this and watch it. And if you have any questions about anything that I've revealed about myself in this kind of introductory video blog, just let me know. If there are anything that you have questions about regarding my disability and mental health, or just anything, let me know. I'm a very open person, because I can't hide my disability. It's basically there. And because I'm in mental health, so, my clients have to be open with me, and, I feel like the only way I can expect that of them is because I'm able to be open myself. So, pretty much nothing is off. So just leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you in a video blog. Okay, have a great night.